When evaluating a business, investment, whatever the case may be, you need to understand what the core competency is of that business, and if there are anything that's outside of that core competency that the business is involved in. This could be a benefit or a negative for the business because it could be a distraction in terms of what they actually do best, or it could actually add value to the business because it really isn't a distraction of what they know and what they do best. In this example behind me is a natural gas well, and it's actually situated in the middle of a cornfield, and it's owned by a dairy. Obviously, a dairy is not going to have too much experience, too much competency in the production of energy or the extraction of energy out of the ground. But in this situation, they've allowed a private company to come on, extract the natural gas, and they get a royalty for it because it's on their land. It's a beautiful thing, right? Well, not every business has some other outlying line of product or resource that they're able to capitalize on that's actually a benefit to them. It could be a big distraction. So in this example, it's not a distraction because they're really not partaking in the actual extraction, they're just capitalizing on the royalty they're receiving. If they were actually going out and developing a whole different line that is not related to farming or being a dairy in any sort of way, then it would be a distraction for them, and it would probably cause them to misallocate resources where they're not able to fully capitalize on all the opportunities and advantages they have in terms of the dairy, and be focused on some other sort of venture that, one, they probably don't have much experience in, and two, they probably don't have a competitive advantage because there's probably 5 other people out there doing that thing that have more experience, have more knowledge, have more resources in terms of whatever that product line is. You see this with a lot of businesses where you have one core competency and then for some reason they go off and they start producing or trying to make an inroad in some other sort of venture. While the venture might be a good idea in general, it might not be a good idea for the business because, like we said, limited sources in terms of resources, in terms of people and time, in terms of money and knowledge. You have to consider these things when looking at a business and seeing that they have some other sort of business or product line that exists that doesn't really fit in to the grand scheme of things for their core competency. Again, it's important to consider it could be a positive, it could be a negative. In this instance, what we have behind us is definitely a positive because it really doesn't distract the business from doing what it does best. So I thank you for tuning in, and we'll catch you on the next video segment.